Ah! Booyah! Coming to you fresh on a Monday. Let's go. Y'all feel it?
Yeah.
Woo! Come on! You guys think I do that for you at home or for you in here?
It's for the kids.
I do it for myself. I do it for myself. I need the energy just as much as you all need the energy. So let me grab my coffee. Okay. Monday morning, new week, new goals, new failures that we experienced the week before. How do we get better? Okay.
Focus on one thing.
Focus on one thing, yeah. Oh, speaking of the one thing, shameless plug, book club. For all my nerds out there, we're starting the one thing, and we have a workbook to go along with it. Starting that next Wednesday, I believe it's the 8th, August 8th. So if you're interested in reading the one thing, after that we're going to read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. We're going to have workbooks for them. A couple of the main books that got me, I would say, on the right track with my business. I changed my mindset from my real estate work being a hobby to being a business, and then being more in a business, but a driver to influence change. I don't consider my business a vessel for me to make a lot of money, but rather I look at it as a vessel to influence the most amount of lives. And I was watching a leadership summit this morning, a pastoral leadership summit, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Hillsong. Hillsong is it's the biggest church group essentially in the world right now, and it's from Europe. They got stuff in Europe, Australia, United States, and the lead pastor of that, he said when we first got started, and this is kind of contrary to all of the goals and stuff like that, but he said that one of the most successful businessmen that he had known came to him, and he said, so you want to have the biggest church in the world? And he said, yeah. He said, well, don't focus on the numbers. Focus on the heart and loving those that are closest to you, and everything else will happen after that. And that was 20 years ago that he received that. He had a small church of under 100, and I believe they're getting millions of views on a daily basis. They have their own TV channel. They have all their stuff now. But it is so contrary to what the world teaches us, right? And he said, focus on your heart and loving the ones closest to you, and everything else will be added to you after that. And we get in this business and we think that somehow there's a secret sauce to everything we do, that maybe there might be an outline of how I achieve success, but in reality, it starts with your heart and it ends with your heart. So why aren't we talking and focusing on that on a daily basis? Let me just ask you guys in this room, how does your morning start off? What does your first 30 minutes look like?
Meditation.
Meditation, okay.
On my phone.
On my phone. I'm glad. Yeah.
Generally, me too.
General phone, right? When you get on your phone, what do you look at first? What are we looking at?
Emails.
Emails.
Yeah.
We bombard our head, our mind, and our heart with things that don't equate to success, right? Yet we start off our day every single day like this, and we think that somehow our life's gonna be better than Joe Schmo or Sally Sue or all these other people, yet we're doing things that are the same as everyone else in our society. Yet we all want to be different. Let's start off by being different in the morning by getting our minds right. Half awake, I almost said half awake, half asleep. It's the same thing. Depends however you look at it, I guess.
Is it half empty or half full?
Right, exactly. Just spending some time in the morning to refuse. I didn't even check my emails this morning because I know I got a bunch from this weekend and whatever, and I'm like, you know what? First thing I gotta do is be thankful. I don't have time not to be thankful, because if I go into this Monday not being thankful, I'm not gonna be a very good person to everyone else that I'm gonna come in contact with. I'm gonna be stressed out over pardon my French, I'm not going to say that. Not going to start off Monday with some curse words. But I don't have time not to be thankful for all the things that I have in my life, because if I'm unable to do that, I'm unable to be thankful for anyone else or anything else that God brings into my life. We can't humble ourselves for what we have. Why do we feel like we deserve everything else? I mean, really, like let's just play God for a sec. You have someone in a country that has everything, and they wake up and they want more.
Or they think they have nothing.
Or let's just think of ourselves as little children, a little 5-year-old. You just got them a new playhouse, a new bike. They live in an awesome place, and yet they're still going out and they're chasing more, and they're angry at everyone and everything around them. And yet we wake up and we do these things on a daily basis, and somehow we think we deserve more. We're not even thankful for all the gifts that we have already. Man, the family we have, our kids, our dog, in my case, my dog, thankful for my dog, thankful for my wife. But are we focusing on our heart enough? Because guys, that's where all life comes from. Yet we're so busy trying to do this, trying to do that, looking at our social media pages first thing. We don't even give ourselves an opportunity to be thankful for what we have. So we get caught in this hamster wheel, and it's day after day after day. So, first 30 minutes of your day, I challenge you, tomorrow, wake up. I don't care if you're half awake, half asleep. Do it again. I'm going to keep saying that. Spend some opportunity to be thankful. And to truly ask, like, what do you want? What do you want out of this life? We're not going to get any of it unless we're thankful first. So, okay, that was my little spiel on that, because it just blew my mind that the world and how business thinks. Yet all the ones that have the most are typically the most thankful, and they're not even keeping track, right? They don't even really care what they wear a lot of times. Some of the most popular, famous, rich people. Maybe if they're in the fashion line, but let's think. Michael, you're gonna help me with this.
Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs.
Zuckerberg, Cuban, all those guys, they don't have time to worry about the clothes they're wearing or even their next meal. Like, they're humble dudes. They wear Gary Keller wore New Balances on freaking Inman. Like, let's look at those people and model those people, because society is putting all this crap and saying this is what success looks like. These are how these people dress. These are how these people eat. This is how these people think. Those people are crap. The ones who got it figured out aren't flaunting crap. They're not flaunting a dang thing. They're thankful for what they have, and they're loving those themselves and those closest to them. And they're passionate about what they do. Okay, so let's do a quick victory for last week. What was a victory last week that you guys had? Really think about this. You only have one. We only have one victory in a week. Just kidding, we have a lot more than that. But I want you guys to be intentional. What was one victory that you had this last week, and why was it a victory? Opening it up to the floor.
Gain some clients I'm going to follow up with.
Nice. Gain some clients, and how did you gain them?
Open house.
Open houses.
Yeah.
Open houses was my secret sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Took me 6 months of doing it. 6 months of doing it, 3 to 5 times a week. I did it. This might sound funny, but I was praying for that house before I would even go into it. I was praying for my open house. Lord, bring me the right people. Bring me people that want to work with me. I asked that, and I received it. A lot of times we don't ask for these things. We don't prep the stage for a miracle to happen. We never prep the stage for a miracle to happen, when if we would just simply ask for it, it's right there. It's right there.
I should start asking.
It sounds so like, well, I'm living proof, guys. I'm nothing special.
Jim Carrey quotes right here.
I asked for it though, and I got it. I felt like I wasn't worthy, and I still asked, and I got it. Are you guys asking for these things that you want in your life? and being thankful for what you have? Because that's secret sauce, guys. You want some secret sauce? Be thankful for where you're at and where you are, and that you'd be completely content if you never outgrew that, and then ask for something more and watch your destiny go right into it. It's a wild thing. So wild, but businessmen don't talk about it. I guarantee you that a lot of those businessmen were asking for things before they had it. They were walking in a destiny that they didn't have at the present time, but they eventually got there. I woke up every single day with that attitude. I'm not there yet, but dang it, I'm gonna live like I am. And somehow it worked out. Somehow. So thank you for that victory, Greg. What's another victory we got?
I got a couple clients, possible listings, so,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. How'd you get them?
One with my commercial guys in Fresno, possibly, and one I just got a phone call. It's like I need to sell my home first week of September. So,
Those are nice.
yeah,
Putting in the time, right? Create a pipeline.
yeah.
Are you guys creating a pipeline? So like Greg was saying, like with the open houses, that's creating a pipeline, guys. That will pop at some point. But a real estate transaction, when someone goes in, it takes 3 to 12 months, typically. It takes 3 to 12 months of that person being somewhat in the market, but they will end up doing something. So maintain contact. That's why that follow-up, like we're talking about, is so important. And how we follow up is important. We're not following up just to try to make a sale. We're following up because we care for that client. We want to see what they're up to and if you can help them. And if you think with that mindset before you get on the phone, before you send a message, it will convey in whatever words that you speak, if you truly have that. So before you make that call, before you make that message, before you make that email, get your mind right and your perspective and your vision correct. Why am I following up with this client? I'm not following up with this client to make a deal. I'm following up with this client because they deserve, number one, my truth. They deserve my service. And I want to see if I can help them some way, somehow. And I don't care how. Is there anything I can do for you? It was a pleasure talking with you today. Is there anything that I can do to help? It's that simple. But it's our perspective and our mindset that's going to change the way that conversation goes from dull and bland and like everyone else to intentional, purposeful, and like you truly care. Authenticity shows through. Authenticity wins. Listing appointments, if there's a buyer that's working with different agents, a lot of times they're not going to tell you, but they've already talked to 3 agents before they've talked with you. How are you going to be different than those other 3 agents? Authenticity in this sales world is how you do it. Being authentic, coming from a perspective and angle of care. And making sure we align our mind with that before we talk to them is so important. You know, I see people walk in and they're going to make calls for 2 or 3 hours. Put their headset on and they're a robot and they're there. There's no intention, there's no purpose, there's no care for the other client, yet they're surprised when they don't get the results they want. They're surprised. Well, you don't really care for the person. If you don't really care, good luck getting them to think you're authentic and that you do truly care. A lot of this business is more mindset than we like to think. We think it's all about the right script. It's all about, no, it's about your heart. Because your heart will show through when a script can't. Your heart will show through when calling them 100 times and just saying the same thing every single time won't. That's the difference, guys. That's the difference. And we have the opportunity before each call, before each message. And I would say, Lord, what do I need to say? How do I speak with them? Lord, speak through me. I'm just a vessel. Just speak through me. And when that happened, my conversations got really, really purposeful. And I had little to do with it. I believe I had very little to do with it. But I became a valuable member of this society and this world. And when you do that, there is power that's going to be put on you guys that was never there before. Why? Because your perspective changed on the world that you lived in and the people that you served. That's why. Okay, one more victory, guys. Thank you. We got Greg, we got Michael. Michael, what's a victory from last week, brother?
I'm still trying to figure out my victory.
That's all right.
So many losses.
Well, hey, you know what? That's a good, let's transition this. What's a loss? What was a loss that you experienced that maybe we could all benefit from in some way, shape, or form?
I did not get an open house.
Didn't get open house. Okay.
First time in a month. That was
Okay.
tough.
How you gonna bounce back?
I'm gonna try to have 3 this week.
That a boy. That's how you do it. Would you say that's your one thing for today?
Probably.
It's a good start right there.
I was pretty pissed off this weekend.
Yeah.
Sitting at home doing nothing, going to other people's open houses, but
Right.
I had
Right.
that
Right.
itch.
Right.
It just felt awkward.
Feel ya. That's a good thing. Let me tell you, Michael, you should feel blessed for that. Because when you aren't doing the activity that you feel like you should be doing, you should feel that. And if you don't feel that, then maybe you're not in the right business. To me, you feeling like that, you know what you need to do. You're gonna go get it. Get her done. Proud of you, dude. Doing great. Okay. What's another loss? I don't like dwelling on losses, but I believe that us talking about them makes everyone better. And we can all learn in some way, shape, or form from it. So it's a loss. It's another loss that we're experiencing out there.
Not having a routine.
Not having a routine.
Yeah. And trying to be more structured. It's just,
Difficult.
it's hard with an 8-month-old and
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's,
gonna be working with 2
Small
jobs
human
here in a
being.
minute. So
That's a tough variable to throw in there, for sure.
I that's one thing I'm trying to get more hold of. But it all starts, like you said, in the morning. So
It starts in the
take
mornings, guys.
control of my morning a little bit better, and you know when the little one sleeps till 6:30, that's generally what I want to do is sleep till 6:30.
Right.
I should probably wake up a little earlier and actually have an intention of what I want to do,
Right.
and how I want to do it, instead of
Yep.
letting everything else dictate.
Right, because that's what we end up doing, right?
Yeah.
When we don't take charge right there in the morning, we tell the world, hey, you just let me know what to do and I'm going to go do it. We have no intention, we have no coverage over our day. I truly, because right there in the morning, we're already giving our day up to the world when we should be in charge of our day and what we give to the world, what we're ready to give and what we're willing to give. Thank you for sharing that, Greg. I struggle with a schedule and following a routine. I struggle with it. This job's really helped me, and just being in the mindset of no matter what, I'm gonna be waking up at 6 o'clock, and if I get 5 minutes to myself, or I get 1 minute, or I get 30 minutes, it's better than what I got the day before, and my intentions will be better than what they were yesterday because I spent that 1 minute or 5 minutes. It's those little things. On the one thing says it takes 66 days of doing something to make it a habit. So be nice to yourself too. If it doesn't just happen, be gracious to yourself, because I can beat myself up so much that I'll prevent myself from doing what I need to do because of how hard I was on myself. It's a weird thing. But yeah, day in, day out. Even if you fail in a day, every morning it's brand new. How can I get today started in an even better way? So maybe your one thing, Greg, in addition to following up today, is tomorrow I'm gonna spend 10 or 15 minutes with myself and my thoughts. You know, I'm gonna spend the day for 5 minutes just being thankful for my family, for my house, for my career, for having the opportunity to do real estate and be a teacher. And if you have any intention of one day being full-time in real estate, start asking for it now, man.
Yeah.
You'll get it. Start asking for that stuff now. It's amazing what happens when we just ask. All right, Michael.
I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Not getting any contacts this weekend at my open house. I had a great week last week. Had a ton of people through the open house Sunday. Didn't get any information though.
Got it.
I was begging for it though.
Good.
Hands, knees, praying.
That's all you can do.
I cried a little. They felt really uncomfortable.
Perfect.
Just kidding.
Perfect.
But that was a good open house. To be
Good.
in Alabama Sunday, 75 degrees outside, sun shining, ocean's right down the street.
And I said this when I was off camera. I'm gonna say it when I'm on camera too. If you guys do an open house and there's no one coming through, think of it as a creative time to create content. Whether it's for creating content for how to reach out to someone. If it's creating content for your Facebook page, maybe it's taking a picture of that open house somewhere in it and just saying, had a great open house today. Thank you for everyone who came and visited me. Can't wait to see you next time. Whatever it is, you can post that on your social media page, and regardless if there was one person in there or 20, everyone who just viewed that on your social media thinks you had a great open house. Maybe you take a picture of, maybe you get some cookies or some chips and some drinks, and one of your posts is just posting that, hey, come see my open house. Even if people don't come to that open house, could be something that the next time you post it or the next time you post it, you guys see, it's all about this momentum that we have. And there's ways to create momentum even when you have nothing. And that's why I love open houses, because people thought I was just so busy because I was always doing these open houses and I always engaged. I wanted people to engage with me. Let's talk. Like, I just want to help. How can I help you? I was so eager to do that.
That's one thing I need to start doing. Start taking more pictures.
Yep.
Just random stuff of whatever I'm doing.
Yep.
Whether I'm at the lake.
Yep.
Or
Perfect.
at the beach. And just start,
Yep.
just documenting, I guess.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be like, just be really general, be really general. It doesn't have to be anything real specific, but people love that stuff, man. They love to see, like I said, it's authenticity, guys. You're establishing your authenticity when you show these pictures in this media. And if you think of it like that, it's a lot easier to do these postings and stuff. Goals for this week. Let's just do contacts real quick, all across the line. How many contacts do we want this week, Michael?
50.
50. How many contacts do we want? Other Michael?
I'm gonna say 40 this week.
40.
Be out of town, but I'll say 30.
30. Cool. Awesome, guys. You ready to shut this thing down? I appreciate you. I went over my time. I'm late to my conference call, but what I said in here had to be important, and I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate everyone in this room. You guys make me better on a daily basis, and I am thankful for that. You guys have a good one.